Commentator's favorite commentator, yeah. What's up, people? What's happening? You already know the deal. If you missed my last video, the link is down below. Facebook group, gamer tags, all that social media shit is down below, so definitely go and check it out. So, you see the title, you know, thank you Xbox 360 for the best online experience ever. So basically in this video, man, I'm just going to talk about some of my past moments with the Xbox 360, because if you didn't know, the Xbox 360 is pretty much no more. They are ceasing production. No more will be made. So whatever stores have now, once it's gone, it is gone. The online and all of that shit is still going to be up and running, but as far as the console, it's a wrap. It's, you know, a system that defined online gaming to what it is today is coming to an end, man. The Xbox 360, man. So, yeah, I'm just going to talk about that a little bit, man. I know that, you know, we on the crumb side of YouTube. I know where the fuck we at, all right? I know where the fuck we at. We on the crumb side. I know that. But listen, I know what y'all like. Drama, console wars, personal attacks, all that shit. But we not having that. You dig? We're going to talk about something good today. We're going to talk about the Xbox 360, a system that all of us done had, most likely. You know what I mean? I know a lot of y'all on the PS4 bandwagon now, but you know, last generation, most of y'all was on that damn 360. You dig? So we're going to talk about that a little bit, man. I know where I'm at. I know I'm on the crumb side. You know what I mean? But it's okay, man. We're going to talk about some games, man. So I'm just going to give a little background of, you know, the moments, some of my best moments and funnest times I had on the 360, because in my opinion, the 360 was like the best online experience I ever had. Now, mind you, that was my first online experience, but so far it's still the best time I ever had. Like, this generation of online doesn't even compare to what I experienced last generation with the Xbox 360. You know what I mean? That don't say that might not change, but I'm just saying, as of right now, you dig. So, when I first heard about the 360, I was upstate. You know what I mean? Y'all already know Hard 8 did time in prison or whatever like that. So I was upstate, and I used to watch this show that used to come on. Like, even though I was upstate, I still used to keep up. Oh shit, excuse me. Even though I was upstate, I still used to keep up on gaming. You know what I mean? Because I had a Game Informer subscription, and I had another dude that I was cool with. He was into games and shit, and he used to have like a Game Pro subscription. I don't even know if they still do Game Pro magazine. Do they? I don't know, but Game Pro is OG. You dig? And so I used to always still manage to be on top of gaming. I used to watch Gamehead. Y'all know with Jeff Keighley. So I used to watch Gamehead when I was upstate. That was my shit. I never missed it. Even though that show used to show a lot of goddamn reruns, man. I don't know how many times I seen that motherfucking episode they had on Indiana Jones. Y'all remember the Indiana Jones game that's supposed to come out for the 360? That John looked real good too. I don't know if y'all remember that shit, but they used to show that episode like all the fucking time. Anyway, so I used to watch this show on BET called Hot Wired. It was like a tech show, you know what I mean, where they would talk about the latest, you know, they would give you the latest news and like gadgets and electronics and shit like that. And of course, they used to talk about video games and shit. So I used to watch that show, and they were talking about the 360. And I remember there was an episode where they showed Gears of War off for the first time. And I remember being like fucking blown away when I first seen Gears of War. You know what I was really blown away about with Gears of War? The whole fucking, the Lancer. The whole thing of a gun having a chainsaw like built into it. I thought that was fucking amazing, yo. Yo, I thought that was amazing. I was like, yo, the fucking gun got a chainsaw on it. That's crazy. It's funny because now, if you even use that motherfucking multiplayer, niggas be snapping the fuck out. You fucking bum using a chainsaw. But when that first when that information first came out, I remember like, yo, that's fucking amazing. The gun got a fucking chainsaw attached to it. And I remember they showed some gameplay of Gears of War, man, and I was like, damn, that game looks amazing. I was blown away by the graphics. It just all looked good. But anyway, so I did think the 360 was going to get destroyed by the PlayStation 3, because once that started, once they showed that off, I was still upstate. And I remember looking at my Game Informer and looking at my the Game Pro magazine. I remember seeing the PS3 was on the way. And I was like, man, that 360 ain't got a fucking chance. I was a little bit of a Sony fanboy, just a little bit. I wasn't a fag boy, but I was a little biased. You know what I'm saying? It was all I cared about was PlayStation. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I remember when I seen the Nintendo Wii. I remember when the first thing I seen from that was the controller, and I was just like, how is that gonna work? The shit looked like a fucking TV remote. But anyway, I thought the PS3 was gonna destroy the fucking 360. Like, I just thought it was no way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit gonna get fucking destroyed. But of course, that didn't happen. But I used to look at these magazines and shit, and the 360 was like already out, and it was good. They had some good games. I remember looking at articles for like Full Auto and all that shit. But anyway, I came home, and I told y'all about how I went to my homie house and I seen the 360 in person for the first time. My motherfucking jaw was on the ground, because at the time I was in the halfway house and I had a PlayStation 2, and I was playing 2K7 on the PlayStation 2. So when I went to his crib and he showed me 2K7 for the 360, y'all remember that leap. Y'all remember that jump. You can imagine my reaction. You know what I'm saying? My motherfucking jaw was on the goddamn floor. And right then and there, that day, I fell in love with the motherfucking, the Xbox 360, right? Like, I didn't even want a PS3. Like, I didn't even care about a PS3, because all I seen was the 360 at the time. I was like, I just want a 360 anyway. So I ended up getting my first 360 in February 2007. I got my first 360. Actually, the chick I was fucking with at the time, she bought it for me. Funny. I actually got it like 2 days after I ran from the halfway house. If you watch like Behind Bars, you already know that story. Anyway, I ran from the halfway house. I think it was like a Thursday, and I got that Xbox 360 on a Saturday. So we go to GameStop. I get the Xbox 360, and I made mistakes right off the gate. This how you know a motherfucker just ain't know nothing about the generation, ain't know nothing about what was going on with gaming. You know what I'm saying? I've been out the game for the past 7 years. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, right? So I got a used Xbox 360. And y'all remember, at that time, a used Xbox 360 did not come with a fucking hard drive. You had to buy that separately. So I bought a used Xbox 360. Well, she bought it. I could have got a brand new one, but I was trying to be like nice. I ain't gonna really spend up all her money and shit. So I was like, yeah, just get me a used joint. Anyway, I got a used 360 with no fucking hard drive. No hard drive, right? I ended up going to GameStop and buying a memory card for the 360. Y'all remember 360 had memory cards. I bought a 64 megabyte memory card. Oh, man, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I bought a 64 megabyte memory card for the fucking 360. One of the first games I got was Dead Rising, right? Because I remember just seeing, all the trailers and shit for that game, and, the amount of zombies on the screen at once. And I was still on SD. You know what I mean? I didn't even really know nothing about HD at the time. I didn't know shit about it. I seen a little bit about it like on like in articles, and I remember it was still like expensive as fuck. But I had, I was playing on the SDTV, right? And I bought Dead Rising. Now, if you remember, Dead Rising was damn near unplayable on the SDTV, because when the words would come up on the screen to try to help you out or whatever like that, you couldn't read them. The words was designed to show up on a HDTV, but on the SDTV, the words were so small, even if you put your fucking eyeballs on the screen, you still couldn't read that shit. So I had to take Dead Rising back. I couldn't even play that shit, you dig? That shit was funny as hell. But one of the funniest moments I had with the 360 is when I first got it and I was unboxing the 360. Now, at this time, you got to understand, I've never gamed online. Never played the game. We're talking, this is 2007. I came home October of 06. So this is now February 07. I missed the whole generation of the PS2, the Xbox, and the Nintendo GameCube. I don't know shit about no online gaming. In fact, it's funny, I didn't even give a fuck about online gaming. I didn't care to try it. I didn't know nothing about that. Go back to a time where you didn't know nothing about online gaming. That shit, so to me, I was like, man, fuck online. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I just want to play some games. Because I still was in that old PS1, Nintendo 64, and Saturn mind frame. You feel me? I knew about online, but I didn't care about it. Didn't even want to get to know it. You know what I'm saying? So I remember I was unboxing my 360, and I came to the headset. Because you remember, every 360 came with a headset, right? So I come to the headset, and literally I threw it to the side and was like, what the fuck I'm going to do with that bullshit? Like, fuck am I going to do with that? Left it in the packaging and everything. Like, like that's how much I didn't give a fuck about online gaming, dog. That I didn't even care what it was. I mean, I knew it was a headset. I knew pretty much what it was used for, but didn't even care. One day, I'm sitting there, I'm playing the game. It probably was like a week or so later. And maybe 2 weeks later. It probably was like a month later. I don't know. It was a little bit later. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, damn, I want to try this online. I might as well just go ahead and try this online shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me just go ahead and give it a shot or whatever. You know, see what it's about. So I get the Ethernet cord. I stick it into the Xbox. And the end of it looked like a fucking telephone. You know how the Ethernet cord looked like a telephone jack. Of course, it's way bigger, but I didn't really know. You know, I'm just like, fuck it. So I gets the Ethernet cord. I plugs it into the 360, and I go and try to plug the Ethernet cord into a fucking phone jack. I unplugged the phone and tried to stick the Ethernet cord into the phone jack. Yes, I was a fucking noob. I didn't know nothing about online at all, dog. You gotta understand, I didn't know nothing about it. So, I tried to stick the Ethernet cord into a fucking phone jack, and of course the Ethernet cord was too fucking big. So I was like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, it ain't meant for me to play online. So I just left it alone. I didn't know nothing about I needed a router or a modem to have internet or none of that shit. I didn't know nothing about that. So I was... First of all, I was at the chick house that bought it for me, who I was messing with at the time. I was at her crib, and she didn't even have internet, so I wouldn't have been able to play anyway. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to plug an Ethernet cord into a fucking phone jack, dog. Like, this is how much of a fucking noob I was when it came to online gaming and all of this fly shit. So I was just like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So a couple of months later after that, I was messing with another chick, actually. I was messing with another chick I'm still with today. I was messing with her, and I was at her crib, and she had just got a laptop, and she was like, she was going to get the internet. So I was like, oh, all right, cool. Well, you getting the internet. I'm going to go ahead and try this 360 shit out. I'm going to try this internet, this live shit out. So she got the internet, I hooked up the online for the first time, and I remember that I was pretty blown the fuck away, dog. Like, I just was like, the first thing I did was I got on live, and this was back when 360 still had the blades. So I got on live. I had to create my name and all that. My original name was Young Shiz. That was my original gamer tag. That was the first gamer tag I ever had, was Young Shiz. And I had, first thing I went was to the Xbox Arcade. And when I tell you I lost my shit, I lost my shit. I go in the Xbox Arcade. First thing I see is fucking Turtles. Remember Turtles, the arcade game? From back in the day, a lot of y'all motherfuckers probably wasn't born when this shit was hot in the arcade. But the original Turtles arcade game, I saw that. I was like, oh shit. I tried to buy it. I ain't know shit about no Microsoft points. I couldn't buy it. It was like, you need Microsoft points. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So then I'm looking through the store. I seen Street Fighter 2, Hyper Fighting. I saw Ultimate Mortal Kombat, Bomberman, fucking Smash TV. What else I had? I seen a bunch of games just like from my childhood and shit, and games I used to play with in the arcade. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So, you know, I researched what the fuck some Microsoft points was, and then I went to the GameStop and I bought 4,000 Microsoft points. I believe they were like $50 at the time. I think $50 got you 4,000. I think it was four, five, something like that. I forget, but I remember I bought 4,000 Microsoft points. I came back and I just bought everything I seen pretty much that I liked on Xbox Arcade. I bought Hyper Street Fighter, Ultimate Mortal Kombat, Turtles, motherfucking Smash TV, Bomberman. I was buying everything that I seen that I used to play in the arcade and that I liked. Like, I was just like, wow, this is fucking amazing. So I started playing them games. I was hype as fuck. I was hype as shit. And then my first online game was Rainbow Six Vegas. Told y'all this before. That was my first online experience. And still to this day, one of the best games I ever played online. One of the funnest times I ever had. Rainbow Six Vegas, man. I remember when I first got into a lobby and the lobby was full. You know what I mean? I guess I was like the last person to join the lobby. And I remember I seen like 14 people like in one lobby and shit. And I was like, oh shit, that everybody was talking on the mic. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Yo, I'm telling my chick, I'm like, yo, I'm talking to people from all over the world. Yo, that shit was funny as shit. I wish I could have had all that shit like recorded, man. That shit was hilarious, dog. I was like, yo, I was like a kid getting candy for the first time or some shit, dog. Like a virgin getting pussy for the first time, man. The way I was acting is the way that Jack Move is going to act when he finally gets some. Like, that's how I was acting. I was like, yo, I was on the mic, Joe as shit. Yo, what's up? I'm Young Shiz. I'm trying to introduce myself to everybody. I'm Joe than a motherfucker. I'm so excited. I ain't know what to do. I'm just introducing myself to everybody. Hey, I'm new to Xbox. Add me. Give me a friend request. Like, I was Joe as fuck. So I started playing Rainbow Six, and of course I was getting fucking scraped. I didn't know nothing about gaming online. I didn't know how this shit worked. And I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. I'm ashamed of it. But, you know, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Can I keep it real with y'all? I'm going to tell y'all a little secret, man. When I first got online, when I first got on Rainbow and I was playing, I was a camper, man. I was a camper. I'm going to admit it. I'm going to admit it right now. You know, I'm not the beast that I am today. I was a camper, dog. You know, I used to play Kill House a lot. I used to play that map a lot. And I used to camp under the stairs. If anybody know about the Kill House map on Rainbow Six Vegas, I used to be right under the stairs, behind the wall. As soon as niggas walk in, I would just gun them down. I was a camper, dog. I admit. You know what I'm saying? And then after a while, I even got better at camping because motherfucking Rainbow had motion sensors. So when you hug up against the wall, you can't hug up against the wall and watch the stairs at the same time, right? So I got clever with my camping. I used to put motion sensors at the top of the stairs. I would put one at the top of the stairs, and I would put one like in the hallway. So when the dude hit the first one, I would hear it. You know, it used to make that noise. It used to be like, brr, brr. It make that noise. So as soon as it make that noise, brr, brr, oh shit, I look towards the stairs because I know he coming. As soon as he start coming down them stairs, gun his ass down. Needless to say, I got pretty good at fucking camping. But then after a while, that shit got boring. You know what I mean? Camping was boring as hell to me. So what I used to do is, Rainbow Six Vegas, we used to play 20-minute matches. So what I used to do is, it was like me trying to take off the training wheels, right? So I used to wait until there was 5 minutes left. I would camp for the first 15 minutes, and then when there was 5 minutes left, then I would run around. You know what I mean? But for the first 15 minutes, I'm camping. 5 minutes left, then I'll run around. This is how I started to work my way to taking the training wheels off. You know what I mean? This is how I started progressing to the beast that I became. So then I toned it down. I would just camp for 10 minutes, and then after a while, I just stopped camping altogether and then started to frown upon it. It's crazy. I started to pick up on what other people used to cry about. You know what I'm saying? I was a product of my environment. So being somebody that used to camp a lot, I started talking shit about campers. And then I became a beast at Rainbow. I was pretty much a beast. Now, here's my thing with when it came to Rainbow and that being my first online game. It got to a point where I felt like every game should be like Rainbow. That's how I felt. I got into this mode where if the game wasn't like Rainbow, the multiplayer, I didn't want to play it. You know what I mean? I felt like every game should be the same. This is how I was. Bear with me, people. I was just starting out on this online shit. You know what I'm saying? I was just starting out. So when I first played Gears of War online, I hated it. I thought the shit fucking sucked. First thing that I noticed about Gears Online, the first thing that pissed me off right from the rip was it was only 4 players on the team, 8 players altogether. I was like, what the fuck is this bullshit? 4v4? Oh, come on, but this is boring. You know what I'm saying? Because I was used to playing on Rainbow. We got 14 to 16 motherfuckers if you count the spectators in a lobby, right? So I was like, man, I don't want to play no fucking Gears. And even to this day, if you go look at my Gears of War 1 stats on the 360, I've only played 6 matches online. After that, I got into a game and seen that motherfucker could snipe me across the map with a shotgun. Superman and all that shit. I really was done with that. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm done with this bullshit. This shit is garbage. Like, and I went right back to Rainbow. You know what I'm saying? I was the same way when Halo 5 came out. Halo 3. I liked Halo 3, you know, a little bit, because, you know, it had a lot of people. But when Call of Duty came out, Call of Duty 4, I didn't really like it. It used to give me motion sickness. Call of Duty 4 used to give me motion sickness. That 60 frames per second, I wasn't used to that. I wasn't ready for that. That shit used to kill me. That shit used to kill me. I ain't like Call of Duty. Plus, I ain't like the way the guns felt. It just felt like an arcade shooter to me, where Rainbow felt more authentic. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how I felt back then. But I didn't like Call of Duty. And so I didn't really play that. You know, now, like, some of my favorite, most memorable, like, 07 and 08 was like the funnest time I had on Xbox Live. Mind you, this is pre-party system. You know what I mean? A lot of fun took place pre-party system. Before November of 08, that's when the Xbox got the party system. Like, the Xbox got the party system like right after Gears of War 2 came out. Before that, you had to be in a lobby. Like, nigga, if you want to, like, you could do one-on-one with somebody. But other than that, if you want to be on this motherfucking mic, you got to be on open mic. So you had to be open mic if you wanted to be on the mic. And y'all already know that shit was entertainment in itself. Especially playing games. Some of my funnest multiplayer games was like Grand Theft Auto 4, Burnout Paradise, Madden 09, Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2. Even though 2 was kind of casualized, but those were some of like my favorite online games, especially GTA 4. GTA 4 online was so fucking lit, dog. Like the shit people used to be talking in the lobbies, like yo, that shit used to be lit, dog. I mean, every day, every lobby, every time you got into a lobby, motherfuckers was just talking shit. Niggas was shooting all day. All types of arguments back and forth. It's a place where I heard some of the most racist jokes ever. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that shit, but it was all fun, man. It was all fun. Ain't nothing was more fun than talking shit than getting into a game and busting a nigga ass and all that. Pause. No helm out. You know, wasn't nothing more better than that. Now, you know, everybody's in a party. Nobody's really talking on the mic. It just doesn't have the same feel it once had ever since that fucking party system was introduced. That fucking party system ruined gaming in a way, a little bit. Online gaming. Online gaming, the party system took away a lot of the entertainment. That's what I'll say. The party system took away a lot of the entertainment that used to go down in these fucking lobbies. You know what I mean? I get on, like I was just, I was playing Gears 4 earlier, and I'm trying to get on the mic and talk a little shit, and I ain't getting no response. I'm like, man, I miss the old days. I need some motivation. When we used to be in them lobbies and niggas talking shit, nigga, that's motivation. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm gonna make sure I bust this nigga ass. He gonna be mad as shit at the end of this match. You know what I'm saying? That was all motivation, man. It made you play a lot harder, man. It made you put on your try-hard pants when the nigga just gave you the business and then he got in the lobby and started talking shit about it. You like, all right, pussy, don't go nowhere. Stay in the lobby. Don't leave. Wait the next round. It's on. You know what I'm saying? The party system ruined that. Fuck that. I mean, the party system can be good at times, but fuck that shit. I started online gaming before the party system, right? So that's what the fuck I'm used to, man. Fuck that party system, man. Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it. I hope it crashes. Bring back the good old days of being in the motherfucking lobby and talking shit and all that. It wasn't always all shit talking. Sometimes you had some good conversations and shit like that. You might have learned a few things or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it was always good to, hear motherfuckers getting pissed off, because of the work you putting in. I want to be congratulated for the work I'm putting in. You know what I mean? If I'm beasting, I like to hear a motherfucker say, hey, man, you did your thing, man. Good job. I mean, because you did hear that at times. I mean, most of the time, motherfuckers be talking shit, but, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? So, that was some of my funnest times I had on Xbox 360, man. I mean, I don't know if y'all know about Uno. Anybody know about Uno on 360 back in around 07, 08, mainly 07? Anybody know about Uno? The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. I think I was on Rainbow Six Vegas. And there used to be a couple dudes I used to play with because I met a lot of people by playing that. I used to be a beast at Rainbow, dog. Like, for real. On Rainbow, I was elite type. I was professional. I was down there on professional level with Rainbow, dog. Like, I was that good. That's probably the best game I've ever been online was Rainbow Six Vegas. Like, there's no game since that I've been that good online. Rainbow Six Vegas, I was professional level, dog. Like, I was and I met a lot of people because of that. You know what I'm saying? For one, I used to always wear pink. On Rainbow Six, you used to be able to customize your character. I used to always wear all pink. Everything, all pink. You know what I'm saying? So people used to know me for that. You know what I mean? They used to, that's the guy to wear all pink. All fucking pink. And I did that so I can stand out. Because nobody really used pink except a couple chicks that might have played from here and there. But for the most part, you never really seen pink. I used to wear all pink from my hat to my shirt to my pants. All pink because I wanted to stand out and shit. But anyway, I had a couple people I used to be and they told me about Uno. They was like, yo, Uno be crazy. Like, yo, people be fucking on that shit. It be bitches doing all types of shit on there. And I was like, what, for real? They like, yo, Uno at night is crazy. I'm like, damn, word. I'm gonna check it out. So I had bought Uno. I think that shit was like 800 Microsoft points or some shit like that. Or did I buy a camera and it came with Uno for free? Because I know I had a 360 camera. That's how I used to have those banging ass profile pics. You dig? But I know I had a camera. I'm not sure if I bought the camera and got Uno free or did I just go and buy Uno flat out. I can't fucking remember. Can't remember. Anyway, I got on Uno, right? So the first night I got on Uno, I'm talking about the first night. In the first room I joined, it was two bitches riding a dildo. Yes. Nigga, that joint was lit. I was like, what the? I'm talking about the first time I got on Uno, the first room I joined, it was two bitches on camera riding a dildo, taking turns, dog. No bullshit. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Motherfuckers talking about PlayStation After Dark. Y'all think that shit that was going on the PS4? Y'all think that was the first time? Y'all think that's where it started? That shit that was going on with the PS4 in the playroom when the PS4 first came out? Nah, nigga. Before PlayStation After Dark, it was Xbox 360 After Dark on Uno. Straight up. PlayStation, that shit late, nigga. Xbox, that shit was going down back in 07 on Uno, nigga, because Uno, you was allowed to use your camera and have a live feed going on while y'all playing Uno. The first game I joined, bitches was riding a dildo. Two white bitches, too. Two snow bunnies. I think I sent them bitches a friend request, too. Yo, that shit, I was like, wow. Now, mind you, I've never seen no shit like this on a fucking video game system. You know what I'm saying? So at the time, it was like, this is crazy. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, on PlayStation, they took it to another level. You know what I mean? The camera quality was better. It was a wider view and all that shit. But motherfuckers really took it there. But, yo, on Xbox, that shit was crazy, dog. Like, nobody never see no shit like that. Not on no video game system. Come on, can you imagine? Like, oh shit, I'm about to go ahead and play some Uno. You know what I mean? Get it in. You know, play some Uno. I can play Uno online. Fuck, I'm about to play some Uno. And then you join a room and motherfuckers fucking and all that shit. That shit was crazy back then. You know what I'm saying? So, I was just like, and it's, you know, it's funny because, you know, I don't remember no website. Well, I wasn't even really surfing the web back then. So I ain't know nothing about IGN and all that. But I don't think nobody was really reporting that type of shit. Or I don't think that shit like, that was just some shit that was like in the Xbox community and shit. You know what I mean? Like you might be in a lobby and you might bring up Uno and motherfuckers like, yo, I know about Uno After Dark. You know what I'm saying? That might be some, that might have been some Uno. Hold on. What about the children, Hard 8? This is ignorant talk. Shut your dumb ass up. What fucking shit? Like, shut up. Just shut the fuck up. The fuck out of here, man. Yo, it is what it is, man. I'm talking about what the fuck. Listen, we already know my content is explicit, god damn it. My shit ain't for the kids. You want that, you better go to PewDiePie, one of these other motherfucking cartoon characters around this bitch. I ain't for that. You know what I'm saying? My shit is adult themed, god damn it. But anyway, yeah, Uno in 07 was fucking lit, dog. You know what I'm saying? It was lit. It was just crazy, man. I seen a lot of crazy shit. There used to be some faggots on there too, though. There used to be some fucking predators on that motherfucker. Like you'll join a room, it'd be a nigga jerking off and shit. Like what the fuck? Like what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? And then motherfuckers used to have like private rooms. You'll join a room, you'll see a bitch doing something, she'll kick you right out. You'll be like, damn, this shit crazy. I remember I was in one room and this bitch was showing her titties. She was from Washington. She was from Washington, the state. All the way over there on the motherfucking West Coast. She was from Washington. And she was in there showing her titties and shit. I don't know why she let me stay in the room, but when I joined the room, she let me stay in. I was chilling. But every time it was me and some other dude. But every time this one other dude would come in, or people would come in, she would kick them out or whatever like that. I guess she just wanted to show off for two people. Anyway, I went one time, I had this dude, some dude was messaging me. He like, yo, won't you ask the chick to let me stay in? My name is such and such. Ask her, can I come in? I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm her pimp or something. Like, I don't know why she keep kicking you out, dog. But like, nigga sent me a message to relay to her. I don't even know this bitch. I'm just joining like you is, player. But I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yo, that shit was funny as hell. She was a white chick, too. It was mostly white people. I'm just going to be 100 with you. I don't think I ever seen one black person, chick or anything like that getting freaky on Uno After Dark. It was mostly white people, and I have no problem with the snow bunnies. No problem at all. Thank you for the entertainment. But yeah, she was a white chick from Washington, and she had some huge ass titties. Damn, she was jerking off the 360 controller. She was doing all types of freak shit. I was like, yo, this shit crazy. But yeah, man, Uno After Dark, man. Back in 07, before the PlayStation shit took place, you know, that PlayStation shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. And you know, motherfuckers on PlayStation, you know, on PlayStation After Dark, they took it to another level. But that shit started on Uno. That's all I'm saying. You know, you give motherfuckers a goddamn camera, and they just go crazy, especially if they got an audience. You dig? So yeah, that was Uno After Dark, man. Other than that, I've been suspended a couple times on fucking 360. I remember I got suspended around the time that Soul Calibur 4 came out. That's why most of my achievements is on some alternate account that ain't even on my real name. Cause that shit was kind of whack too. I played that shit for like a week. By the time I came off of my suspension, I ain't even played Soul Calibur 4 no more. That shit was fucking ass. I ain't like that shit. Shit was ass. Soul Calibur used to be my shit too. I mean, I come from Soul Calibur back when it was Soul Edge. And then they changed it to Soul Blade. But yeah, it used to be called Soul Edge in arcade. Then when it came to PS1, it was Soul Blade. And then they changed it to Soul Calibur. Anyway, yeah, what other fun moments that was on Xbox, man? Of course, I mean, like I said, like all the online, like I said, the online before the party system came into play. It was just amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, back in 07, 08, it was like the PS3 like couldn't compete when it came to the online fun factor. Because, you know, on PS3, most people didn't have a fucking Bluetooth, or most people didn't go buy a mic or shit like that. So when it came to like the online experience with the PS3, it kind of was like non-existent, man. You kind of just felt by like alone. You know what I mean? Like you would barely get somebody on a mic on a PS3 back in like 07, 08. But the 360, of course, every console came with a mic, so everybody had a mic. So the lobbies used to be jumping. And that's why I say that the 360 is the best online experience I had ever, because I haven't had a better experience since. And that's just real talk. I have not had more fun online since them 360 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still have fun online, of course. Like, I'm having fun right now and playing Gears of War, but I'm talking about that next level fun. When the lobbies used to be jumping, when everybody used to be talking. That's when a lot of the talking was part of the entertainment. It's just like now with YouTube. It's like, yeah, the video is cool. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the fucking entertainment come from the comment section. You dig? You know, you go to Digital Foundry, you like, okay, the video cool, thank you. Some nice, useful information. But I'm about to be entertained when I go down in this comment section, because I know they going at it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with online. Like, yeah, playing games online is fun, it's great. You know, games like, you know, I'm having a blast with Gears 4. But, you know, Battlefield 3, 4, all that shit is fun. But there's still something missing because of the interaction that used to happen on the mic is missing now. You understand what I'm saying? And it hasn't been the same since the party system came along. So when I say that the 360 is the best online experience I ever had, I'm talking about the total fucking package. You dig? Not just the game itself, but the entertainment that was provided by people on the mic. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, whether it was somebody complaining, whether it was some nice, cool conversation, whether it was, you know, people arguing back and forth, that shit used to be entertainment at its finest. And it's now gone, pretty much, because of the fucking party system. So this is why I say the 360 had the best online experience that I ever had. Mind you, I'm pretty premature in my online experience, you know, because the 360 was my first online experience. And I know some of y'all had online experiences with the Dreamcast and PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox. I didn't have that. So the 360 is what I had. And when I first got on it, it was fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying? fucking amazing. And I don't think that shit won't ever return until they they get rid of the fucking party system, which they are not going to do. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to do it. So it fucking sucks, man. It fucking sucks. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, 360, man, it was fucking great. You know what I mean? It's now coming to an end. You know, at first I wasn't even going to do this video or whatever. I wasn't even going to talk about this, man. But then I thought about it and shit. And I was like, yo, you know, I really love the 360, dog. It's in my top 5 consoles ever made as far as just the experience that I had. It was my first HD experience. You know what I mean? Oh, that's another you know, that's a funny, that's a little story too. My first HDTV was a IKEA? I don't know what the fuck was the name of my first HDTV. I know it was spelled AKAI. That was the spelling. AKAI. That was my first HDTV. It was a 32-inch. And I bought it from some electronics store down on Market Street in Philadelphia. And I paid like $500 for it. And what the fuck was the name of that shit? Akai? Allahu Akbar? I don't know what the fuck name of that shit was. But it was AKAI. I don't know how you pronounce that. Anyway, that was my first HDTV, right? I don't even think that bitch had an HDMI port, the TV. I don't even think it had an HDMI port, dog. I think it was straight component. Anyway, I bought it. It was $500 for a 32-inch. I took it to the crib. I hooked it up. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, is this shit in HD? Like, I didn't know how to pick the game in HD. I didn't know. I'm sitting there for like an hour trying to put it in HD through the TV controls, the remote in the TV. I didn't even know anything about you having to go to the settings on the Xbox 360 itself. You had to go to the display settings and turn it to HD. I didn't even know that. So I'm sitting there trying to figure out, how do I put this shit in HD? I'm mad as fuck though, right? I was pissed. For one, something was wrong with the TV though, right? Because it wouldn't turn off after you turn it on. Like, it would not turn off after you turn it on. Use the remote, press power, stays on. Use the button on the TV, it stays on. In order to turn the TV off, you had to unplug the bitch. So it was a cheap ass brand. I didn't know no better, right? So I'm like, yo, how the fuck do you put this shit in HD? Anyway, before that, I took the TV back. And I ended up adding $50 and getting a Magnavox, a 32-inch Magnavox HD TV. In fact, if you want to know the exact TV I had, you ever seen a movie called Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf? Y'all know that movie Disturbia where he lived next door to a fucking serial killer? His TV, that's the exact TV I had. The TV that his mom cut the goddamn cord when he was on punishment or house arrest, that's the exact TV I had. It was a Magnavox. Anyway, I get that to the crib. I'm still trying to put the fucking Xbox 360 in HD. I don't know how to do it. I'm pissed. I had to go all the way to GameStop to figure this shit out. I went to GameStop and the guy used one of the display joints that they had, you know, one of the kiosks, to show me how to put it in HD. So I said, okay, got it. Went home, put the shit in HD, and wow, the clarity of HD at that time was just crazy to me, right? Mind you, I'm coming from a fat screen, a fucking SD tube TV, to a flat screen in HD. Oh, it looked so good, man. I remember just like, God damn, this looks beautiful. This is crazy. You know what I mean? I remember playing Gears of War 1 in HD for the first time and just like, wow, that is something else. Wow. Yeah, my first experience of HD was I had a little nerdgasm. Ain't that how they say it? I had a little nerdgasm. But yeah, I thought it was something special, man. I thought it was something special. Yeah, man, something special, man. Man. Xbox 360, man. It was some fun fucking times on that system, dog. Nothing has compared lately. Nothing has compared to that 360 experience, man. That shit was hella fun, dog. That shit was hella fun. Online was so fucking great. Please let the party system crash or something. People still probably wouldn't even talk on the mic no more if the party system went down, man. That shit was amazing, dog. Like, straight up, man. I missed that shit, dog. You know what I mean? Thank you to the Xbox 360 for the awesome fucking memories that it provided for online gaming, man. It pioneered that online thing. It took it to another level. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be grateful for the Xbox 360. Even though, you know, the red ring of death. And you know, it's funny because even though I had like 5 or 6 Xbox 360s that broke, never once did I say I ain't getting another one. That's how strong and that's how much the 360 meant to me. I think it meant that way to a lot of people and shit. You know what I mean? Because I had a couple red ring of deaths. I had the E74 code. Y'all remember that E74 shit? I had the E74 code. I had a 360 that the disc tray used to just open up by itself in the middle of games. I could be online playing a game and the disc tray would just open up. Especially like, I could be playing like 2K8 or Madden 08 and I'll be online and the disc tray would just open up and just fuck my whole game up. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy. But yeah, but even though I had, you know, the Xbox kept like red ringing death or breaking, and never once did I feel like, you know what, I'm done with the Xbox and I'm just gonna get a PS3. That's how bad the PS3 was to me. Even I would put up, at that time, it was like I would put up with this red ring of death before I ever get rid of it for a fucking PS3, dog. Like, I did not like the PS3. I thought that system was straight garbage back in 07, 08. I thought that system was garbage. And I wouldn't dare get rid of a 360 for a PS3. So you know what I did? I dealt with the red ring of death. Every time it happened, I just got another Xbox. E74, got another Xbox. I didn't care. Plus, I was selling crack at the time anyway, so it didn't really matter to me. Xbox didn't cost much. You know what I'm saying? I didn't send them in. I sent it in one time. One time, the first red ring of death I ever had, I sent that in, and I went and bought a used one from GameStop. This back when you used to be able to buy a used console from GameStop, and you had 30 days to return it. So I bought a used 360 from GameStop, and I just kept it until my 360 came back, and then I took that joint back to GameStop. But after that, I just bought new consoles anytime I got red ring of death. So I didn't even give a fuck, dog. I knew one thing. I wasn't getting rid of this shit for no PS3. I knew that. So even though I got, like, it got to a point where a red ring of death was just like part of the game. And it was like nigga ain't even getting mad no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I got red ring of death. Oh, this some bullshit. All right, let me go ahead and take my ass to GameStop real quick. Like, that's pretty much what it came to after a while. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, all right, fuck it. Matter of fact, if you go back to my old channel, The Real Hard8times, I got a video where I'm playing Gears of War 2 and you can see the red ring of death about to happen. I don't know what video it is. It's a Gears of War 2 video or live com or something. And during the recording, you can see like Gears 2 is like flickering and the color is like flickering and shit. And I think I said it in the commentary. I was like, yeah, my Xbox is about the red ring. Right now on my old channel. I think that video is still up on my old channel. I was like, in the video, I'm like, yeah, my Xbox is about the red ring. Because you could see it coming. Like, you could see it was about to happen. And I think like later on that day or the next day, it fucking happened. It was like, oh, all right, well, let me go ahead and take my ass to GameStop real quick. And yeah. But anything over that PS3 at the time, man. So even though, you know, the red ring of death, a lot of people hated that shit, it just became part of gaming for me. You know what I'm saying? I still wasn't going to give it up. I was having too much fun. The amount of fun that I was having online and on the Xbox 360 period outweighed the red ring of death. You know what I'm saying? It was like, shit, if I got to deal with the red ring of death for this type of fun, then fuck it. Give me the red ring of death. Hey, that's how it was, though, dog. That shit was crazy. Hey, man. Hey, that shit was crazy, man. But anyway, let me go ahead and look at some of these comments, man. Oh, okay, I see motherfuckers talking shit. You know, motherfuckers always talking shit. You know, we're not going to give y'all no attention. Bottom line is you're watching me. You know what I'm saying? You're here watching me. You're taking time out of your important life to watch me and hear me talk about my past experiences with the 360. Shout outs to everybody else that came through that just wanted to hear some good stories or just wanted to hear a little bit of my history with the Xbox 360, being know that it's done. It's being discontinued and it's no longer in production. You know what I'm saying? So we just saying so long. We just sending the Xbox 360 off on a good note because at one point in time, the fucking system was amazing to me. At one point in time, it gave me the best online experiences I ever fucking had. You dig? So I just thought that I show my respects to the motherfucking 360 as a gamer. You know what I mean? Talk all that shit you want about Microsoft, or talk all the shit you want about the Xbox One. But one thing you can't talk about is that motherfucking 360, because that thing was firing on all cylinders back when I first got one in 07, 08, 09. It was amazing. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. I just want to send the 360 off and pay my respects to one of my favorite consoles of all time. One of my top fives, definitely. So, shout outs for everybody that's here that just want to hear some positive talk about some gaming for a while. You know what I'm saying? I can't help it. The crumb side is always here, and they always want to spew their bullshit. That's cool. Do it behind your keyboard. Feel safe, nigga. But anyway, yeah. So, it's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably do the same thing when the PS3 is done. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's going to start off pretty rough. Because the beginning of the PS3 was not nice. It was pretty bad. It finished strong, but that start was terrible. I didn't like the PS3. I didn't feel like I needed a PS3 until 2010. When I came home after doing my year violation for running from the halfway house and violating parole, after I came home in August 31st, 2010, I got a PS3 like 2 weeks later, and I felt like, yeah, I need to have both of these. But before then, I wasn't really on that PS3 shit. It didn't serve me. I tell people, I don't understand how people can even fix their lips to say that Hard 8 is a fucking fanboy of any of these motherfucking companies, because I don't give a fuck about none of them. The only thing I care about is what is serving my needs, my gaming needs. What is your system doing for me? If your system is not doing shit for me, I don't give a fuck about it. Period. You know what I'm saying? And at one point in time, the PS3 wasn't doing a fucking thing for me. So guess what? I didn't own that motherfucker. I didn't give a fuck about it. I was all about that 360 because that was providing me and that was feeding my gaming needs. That's how I work. I don't have to show loyalty to none of these fucking consoles. Motherfuckers want to talk about, like mainly Dr. Trey. He'll call me a flip-flopper, right? Because of how I feel now about like PlayStation to how I felt back then. Like, of course, in 07, 08, I was more of a 360 guy. So, but now I'm more of a PS4 guy, right? So he'll say, "Oh, you're a flip-flopper." How? Because I'm not showing, some type of fucking connection to this shit. No, I'm all about what's serving me. If tomorrow the PS4 stops serving me, then fuck it. I'm all about what is serving my gaming needs, man. That's what it comes down to. All that fanboy shit, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. A good game is a good game no matter the platform. Period. You know what I'm saying? I like Xbox One. A lot of people don't. But hey, they got some exclusives that I want to play. You know what I'm saying? So I got to have an Xbox One. So, it is what it is. Same thing with PS4. I'm all about what system is serving me. You know what I'm saying? So that's the bottom line. These motherfucking systems ain't serving me, then fuck them. They can kick rocks. I don't care about her, Noah Legion, the Reggie Fils-Aimé, fucking Phil Spencer, or Yoshida, or any of those motherfuckers. I don't know them dudes. And they don't know me. When they see me, the only thing they see is a fucking dollar sign. I know this. And I'm fine with that. I have no problem paying for my entertainment as long as it's entertaining. You dig? So at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate everybody that came through that wanted to just hear, you know, just wanted to send the Xbox 360 off on a good note. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of fond memories of that shit. So I definitely wanted to talk to y'all about it. Like I said, it's being discontinued. If you just arriving, the video will go live in a couple hours. It does take long for these live streams to render on YouTube for some reason. But it will go live, so you can definitely check it out from the beginning. But I just wanted to send the 360 off, man, on the right note. You know what I'm saying? On the right motherfucking note, dog. So, yeah, that's what it is, man. Thank y'all for watching. Please like the video if you did. Come back and leave a comment when it go live so that way I can read them. I wasn't doing a lot of reading while I was, you know, talking. So if you had a question, you might want to come back and leave that question so I can see it and answer it. But other than that, thanks for watching. It's your boy Hard8, the truth for YouTube. And I think I'm about to get back on some Gears of War 4. Hey, Gears of War 4 is better than Uncharted 4 multiplayer. I'm sorry. It is. I mean, I've never been a huge fan of Uncharted multiplayer to begin with. I've always been a huge fan of, well, you know, I haven't always been a huge fan of Gears multiplayer, but ever since Gears 2, Gears has been that game. But that Gears 4 multiplayer beta, I'm playing that motherfucker like I own it, and I play Uncharted 4 multiplayer like it was a rental. I'm just being real, people. That Gears 4 beta is fire, and it's only going to get better when that thing releases in October. But, yeah, I'm sorry. It's better. I mean, listen, Uncharted always got the better single player. Gears got the better multiplayer. You know what I mean? But see, you don't have those problems when you can play both. You know what I mean? I don't have to choose one or the other. I could play both and enjoy both. But when it comes to multiplayer, I prefer Gears. When it comes to single player, I prefer Uncharted. Hey, best of both worlds. Hey! That shit funny to me. I'm out, man. It's your boy Hard8, man. I'm gone, man. I'm gone. Deuces.